Hi, welcome to my kitchen. I have been a sufferer of GERD and acid reflux for 15 years. I first started getting the symptoms when I was pregnant, and I had horrible morning sickness, horrible acid reflux. I had to sit with my pillows propped up, and after I had, my son's 14 now, after I had him, it just never went away. Now, over the years, I've tried all sorts of medications, over-the-counter medications, PPIs, Tums, of course. I've tried elevating my head. I mean, I still sleep with my head elevated, sleeping on my left side, not eating before you go to bed, lifestyle changes. And no matter what I've done, I've always had, for the most part, over the past 14, 15 years, some breakthrough acid reflux. So I've been looking for something to help fix. So someone told me about a new product called, I don't know if it's new, but a new product to me called Reflux Gourmet. Here, we can see it. And I have been testing the Rescue line. So there's two flavors, vanilla caramel and mint chocolate rescue. A little side note, the flavors were actually designed by a chef. They do taste pretty good, especially for a treatment or a health product. It's not like taking Pepto-Bismol every day. When I heard about this product, like I said, I've tried everything. I have done fasting diets. I've done gut health diets where I ate nothing but congee for a few weeks. I had one doctor tell me to drink more orange juice, and pretty much you name it, I've tried it. And so I was pretty skeptical about this product. I'm like, will it work? Will it replace my nighttime Tums? I still wake up sometimes with horrible acid reflux, where I have a hoarse throat in the morning and I cough and it does wake me up. You know, like I said, I was skeptical, but I've been using this product for a few days, and I have to say I'm really surprised, but it really did work. I have had one night where I did not even wake up at all with heartburn. So I thought, okay, maybe that's a fluke. But I've been using this product for about almost a week now, and my night sleeps have been getting better. I haven't had to take any kind of breakthrough Tums or anything like that. I've tested it with alcohol. I've tested taking a nap after a meal, done all the things. So how does this work? So it's an ingredient called alginate. And if you go on the website, there's a really great video, and I'll walk you through that later on in this video. But it basically acts like a coating and like a raft at the top of your stomach. If you imagine your stomach here, and you've eaten your food, and then with acid reflux, the acid kind of like feels like it comes back up. This product actually stops it from coming up, even when you're lying down. So does it work? Yes. The recommendation for the dosage is 1 teaspoon. In this bottle, there are 47 servings per container. So really like 47 treatments. If you take it every day, if you take it after every meal, if you take it before bed, I think I worked it out in the article to be about 250 a day. All things considered, it's a premium product, but it's all natural. You don't have to worry about side effects. You don't have to worry about, even like using Tums for a long time can have a lot of issues. I know I've had issues with my teeth when I've had bad acid reflux, so dental work is expensive. I mean, I know it is for me when I need to get anything done. I just had lunch, and I just wanted to show you how easy it is to take the Reflux Gourmet Vanilla Caramel Rescue, sorry. It's actually tastes really good. I've been using it for a couple of days, but I just ate lunch, and I want to make sure that I don't have any acid reflux issues. So it's really easy. One serving size is 1 teaspoon. So I have my trusty teaspoon here. I'm going to do the teaspoon for this demo, but what you can do is use a teaspoon from your cupboard, and it's easy. I would say don't get hung up on the amount, but you don't want to use too much or too little. So it just comes in this And I'll fill it up to here. You can eyeball it. And I think after you start using this for a while, you'll be able to see how much you actually need. So I'm just gonna it tastes really good. It's got a vanilla caramel taste. It tastes like caramel. But it's got a viscosity that is a little, it's definitely like a gel, which is part of how it works. So if you're not used to, eating things like that, but it's not like it's a little thicker than I'd say a cough medicine or something like that. So you can definitely feel it, but it tastes good. I have 2 flavors. I'll do another taste of the other flavor as well. I'm at my desk because I actually did have lunch at my desk today. So this is just my after lunch routine. I'll be back and I'll talk a little bit more and I'll share some more insights. So let me have a look at this product. So this is the Mint Chocolate Rescue. I'm gonna just pour it out here. So you can see the viscosity is like, it's syrupy, but it's also, it's got a density to it. Can you see that? I'm gonna do a little taste test for you. Yeah, I definitely can taste the chocolate. You can definitely taste the mint. It's not super sweet. It's not something I think I would call a caramel and put on top of ice cream, but it definitely has a pleasant flavor. And considering all the different flavors of Tums, the different Pepto-Bismol over the years, it's much more pleasant than any of that. So I can see why there's the gourmet part of it. Who's this for? So obviously for people like me with GERD and acid reflux. If you don't know how severe acid reflux is, there is a quiz on the site, which I think you could take. Okay, I do want to go through the Reflux Gourmet website, and I think for a lot of reasons I want to show you the products and talk a little bit about them, but there's so much good information on the site. And I do think you need to go through this before or as you're deciding or before you start taking the product, because I think understanding how the product works really does help you decide when to take it. I know following the guidelines, taking it after you eat and taking it before bed, but you can take this in between meals. And I think just understanding how it works in your stomach will really help. Like one of the questions that I had and was answered in the FAQ here, what happens if I eat or drink after taking it? It's the way it's designed is that it's this alginate barrier that kind of creates like a raft in your stomach when you take this product. And this is just a good answer. Some individuals drink water and some don't. I like to take it and not eat anything for a while. And then, I can have water, I can have herbal tea if it's in the afternoon, but at nighttime for sure, it's the last thing that I do. That's just how I've found it works better. There's lots of good FAQs here. I would start with the science, and I'm going to show you the video that I think everyone should watch before. So it actually walks through exactly what happens when you take this product. And this kind of helped me be a little bit less of a skeptic, but I was a big skeptic trying this product out. But I recommend you watch this video. So now let's talk about the products that are available here. Okay, so the 2 main products and the ones that I think are definitely becoming part of my main day-to-day arsenal, especially for nighttime reflux, which is horrible, is the Mint Chocolate Rescue and the Vanilla Caramel Rescue. Both flavors are good. They're not, I wouldn't say either flavor I'd want to pour over ice cream, or it's not super sweet, it's not dessert-like. The texture does take a little getting used to, but they're both fine. They were created with a chef so that they would taste good. And I do think do have a pleasant taste, but if you're expecting an actual like caramel, I think you'll be a little disappointed. But here is the Vanilla Caramel Rescue. I think this is the flavor that I prefer, although both are good. You can shop on Amazon. It's $28. I also want to show the travel size here. I think this is just so clever because a lot of people don't have reflux as much as me. I have GERD, so I need something every day. But when you travel, when you're eating different foods, when you're not sleeping properly, all that good stuff, these things are great. They can fit into your purse, your bag, your gym bag. So $32, it's a little bit more per serving, but definitely the convenience factor is there. $28, I break down the cost in the full article and why I think it's really good value. But of course you can do that math for yourself. There's 47 or so servings in each of these tubes. Another thing I would think you should check out on the site, other than the products, and ordering the products is easy. You can also order them from VitaHealth Apothecary. So here's a little tip. If you're in Canada, you might be able to get this here. So you might have to pay for the extra shipping, but at least you can get it. You won't be able to get the products in Canada from Amazon. You have to put in my Las Vegas address. You have to put in an American address to order the products. The other product that I think is really great is the gum, the Reflux Gourmet gum. Again, I think you order this on Amazon, $22 for 30 pieces of gum. I think this is a great everyday replacement for those Tums, for the in-between. I think there's so many uses for this that I'm curious to keep trying. I think a lot of times, I know a lot of my friends are on the GLP-1s, and the nausea and because your stomach's literally working different, this kind of product can really help those in-betweens and help that nausea. I think definitely worth a try. There's 2 flavors of the gum, the Berry Soothe and the Tropical Soothe. And then of course, I think because Reflux Gourmet team really cares about us reflux sufferers, they also have a pillow. If you have had reflux for more than 5 minutes, you know that you have to lift your head. You are supposed to lie on your left side. That really helps. I think this pillow really does work. And I think for me, using these products is a part of doing all the things for reflux. I've got GERD. I've had it for 15 years, started having it when I was pregnant, and it never went away. And thank you to my kid. Worth it, yes, but I've had to deal with this. I've had some relief over the years from medications, but certain, times in life, nighttime is bad. Going away on holiday is bad because usually that means I'm eating different or drinking more or both. Not sleeping properly, not sleeping with your head up, trying to balance your head, and not having that in a hotel can also cause some breakthrough. But I mean, to be fair, for most nights, even now, I have emergency Tums by my bedside. So I think using products like Reflux Gourmet, which I know I will talk about a lot more, and I go through in the article as well, it really did work, and it really did surprise me how much this worked. But I think making some lifestyle choices and having this pillow can be a really great support, especially if you're like me and this is something that you've been dealing with for a long time. If you are not sure if you have reflux, they have a little quiz. You could also index the severity of your reflux. I do not want to tell you how severe mine is, but I definitely have a severe. I've had all of these symptoms, some more than others, and the site does talk a little bit about the complications of chronic PPI use. There's been a lot of studies there. It's not something recommended. I would say definitely the over-the-counter ones are probably a lot worse, and I think that's something to be aware of. So before you order or after you order, I'd say spend some time on the site and get to know the science.
If you're curious, they have their story, their team, and definitely the FAQs, worth it.
It's also like for pregnant people, like I said, it's all natural. I have the ingredient list in the article, and you can also see it on the site as well. But this product is not known to have any side effects. Another thing that it's helpful for is people that are taking GLP-1s. When you're taking a GLP-1, you often have nausea, the food stays, your digestion slows down, so that could cause acid reflux as well. So this is a really great alternative. They also have a gum. Reflux Gourmet also has a gum for those in-between moments as well. And I think it could really help with, I know I've done a lot of intermittent fasting and long-term fasting. I think I got to like 42 hours. And in the first 24 to 36 hours, you can get a lot of nausea and you can just feel kind of unwell. This product, like especially the gum, can really help with that. So I think anyone that's doing fasting, I would say anyone that travels, if anyone is traveling, they have travel packs, so you can just take this with you. I don't think it's going to replace my entire regime for acid reflux, but it might. But I still will take my medication. I will still do all the lifestyle changes, which I think are good anyways. Within reason, I do like to have a glass of wine, and I do like to drink a cup of coffee a day. But I do think this will become a part of my arsenal. And I think it was, like I said, I was really skeptical. I didn't know if this would work. And I'm really glad that the doctors that created this have found this technology. And I'm glad it came across into my life, because it's going to become a part of my arsenal. And how do you take it? Basically, it's really simple. After every meal, if you have more severe acid reflux or GERD like me, I would say take it after every meal. Don't drink or eat directly after it. The way it works is like it's creating that barrier, that little raft that holds the acid down. So at night, it's the last thing that I brush my teeth. I have my sleepy time tea. I take my medication all before I have this. And then I take this as well. And if you need to take it in the middle of the night, it can be used for a breakthrough. But like I said, I've had some really amazing sleep since I started this product. So just right there, I think it's worth it. I would definitely recommend this to a friend. I would just like to say thanks to the doctors that created this. Like, if you have acid reflux, even part-time, even on trips, but if you live with it day to day, it's really annoying. It's really horrible, and it's nice to have another product, another piece of my arsenal.